This ranch has been in the family for the past 5 generations. We have 2,235 acres.
Currently we have like around 80 beef master cows. As of now, 80% of them are second cross, 10% are first crosses, and the rest are purebred.
We visited the office for technical assistance, and since day one they've been very, very supportive, and we are very appreciative.
We identified several resource concerns during the conservation plan, and one main resource concern was pastures being a little bit too large. Some of these pastures were 650 acres. So cross fencing was used to divide those pastures in half and make it more accessible to a rotational grazing system that we were planning.
Currently we have a 3-herd rotational system. One group rotates on 2 pastures. The other 2 group rotates on 3 pastures.
We are focusing on trying to manage cattle and wildlife.
The Ramirez family have been cooperators with the district for around 7 years now.
We follow the conservation plan, in which it entails brush management.
The reason we do brush management is to benefit wildlife and, of course, our cattle.
When they started about 2 years ago, this place was incorporated a wildlife management plan. So we had to match up the numbers of cattle with wildlife because they had a different identified. So prescribed grazing, was incorporated with our wildlife plan, and brush management and water distribution was also not only for cattle but with a wildlife minded. Some of these brush management practices were done in a strip pattern, and for wildlife, intentions. We don't want to leave more than, these strips are around 200 feet wide, no longer than that, wider than that. So, and leaving about 400 feet of brush in between those strips. So yes, all brush management is done with wildlife-minded focus on it. We ran pipelines and water troughs to those areas. So once we divided these pastures, one of those pastures was lacking water, so pipelines were utilized as well as water troughs. They installed about 4,000 to 6,000 feet of pipeline. We've developed a great relationship with the Ramirez's, the district and NRCS. Ever since they started with the conservation plan, any ideas or plans they have on the ranch, they come into our office and ask questions and get our thoughts about it. So we feel real involved in this too, because anything they do out here, we're included as far as being in the planning or our ideas. So our relationship has just been working out great with them. The Caliche Ranch is just a model for conservation.
Zapata Soil and Water Conservation District is celebrating 60 years of operation. The state board is celebrating 75 years. As a local board, we're really proud of what the Ramirez's have done. We have been through a dramatic and disastrous drought, and they managed to persevere, and then the rains came and they have a beautiful place. I think Luis and Rosa Ramirez represent not only Zapata County, but most Texans. They know what they want for their land and they want to do the right thing. Involving NRCS and the local district has proven to be a success story for many decades now, and we hope to continue this. We're very proud of what they've done. It's a show place, and I love to drive down the highway here and look over and see how much has changed in a year's time.
Land conservation has been taught to us from our families, and it's something that we need to pass on to the next generation. It's a great honor. We feel very humble, yet proud to represent our families, and it's something that would be in our minds, in our hearts forever.